vertical wrist lock, what we're going to do is reach out and grab upside down like this on the person's hand, step away and grab with both hands and then try to jerk their shoulder away like this. So on the other side I grab here, step over, slide my foot back, and as I do that, I pull their hand across like this. Then when the person starts to stand up, let's move this way just a little bit. So he's down, he starts to stand up. As he does that, I'm going to pull his elbow out like this and move my chest in to his knuckles like that, and making an S shape with his arm. From here, what I'm going to do is squeeze his wrist and his forearm together, and then push down on his elbow and push circular up with his fingers at the same time, like that. Also, what I'm doing is pushing in with my chest towards the middle of his body. So from here, driving his elbow down, pushing his fingers up, and moving my chest into his middle like this. Okay? For the takedown here, once I get this position here, force him forward. I may have to do voice commands because sometimes people get stuck here and they're in a lot of pain. So sometimes it's necessary to just say, get on your face, on your stomach, like this, and hold this down as much as possible. Then from here, I'm going to move my shin up against his shoulder blade, keep his arm straight, and then push down into forcing his shoulder into the floor. From a fighting stance, so the person's being aggressive towards me, what I'm going to do is just reach both hands out, grab his hand, and then step to the side and try to get him bent over. I'm using my armpit on his elbow to push him down like this. Next, I make the same steps as before, making his arm into an S again, and then pushing the same pressure. So with his hands up, I can reach out and grab either hand. Remember, when you're doing this, watch for the other hand to punch, and you can even come in here like this with your hand up, maybe make a palm heel strike, punch, or just block that other hand out. Grab this, step to the side, push him down. Then I make my second grab, putting my thumb into the web of the thumb and forefinger, and then stepping into the technique like this. Vertical wrist lock from a clothing grab. When they grab the sleeve, remember, anytime you get grabbed with clothes, that it's likely that the person's going to punch you with the other hand. So always be aware of that. Shoot in with your frame. Come across. We're going to put our thumb here like this. And this time we're going to just bring this to our chest. Hopefully get them bent over. It's a little bit different than the techniques done otherwise. We're just going to roll our forearm like a rolling pin and make the vertical wrist lock this way. Let's do the other side. So here he grabs the sleeve. I watch out for that punch, frame, block, whatever. Thumb here, hand wraps around. Both hands work together to pull this to my chest. Then this other hand just kind of rolls the forearm down his forearm like this. Then from a shoulder grab, same thing, move in like this. Same grab this time. My thumb goes in here like this. This time I'm going to move with my upper body, move my shoulders, and bring my arm into a chicken wing, pointing my elbow down his arm like this, and then I put pressure down with my elbow into his arm. Other side. So here, move in, grab. This elbow comes up and across. Remember, this isn't just doing the arm thing. I have to move, pin this to my shoulder, move my body, and then push down with the elbow like that. Okay, straight chest grab. This is the favorite of all my students. From here, Always worried about that other hand moving in for a punch. Gotta put that down for now. Reach across, thumb goes in here, and again, it's not just my hand rotating his hand over. I need to move my whole chest to get him bent over like this. Then from here, I'm going to reach up, and this forearm muscle here, I'm going to put my fingers into it and pull it out like that. It makes the same S shape, and I'm putting pressure on that pressure point. Other side. No, go ahead and grab straight. So here, I reach across, pull over like that, and then pull his muscle back like this. If they do grab like this is just that much easier. I can just start from here. Okay. Is that the whole technique is about your hand and how your wrist points directly to the middle of their body, and the more that you push this together, the more pain that they're going to have. So when you're doing this, you want to make this as compact and the S as small as possible, and the more pain that you're going to have. So what I focus on is pointing this hand right into their center, and then that's what I push on the whole time. Is that someone that's familiar with these locks will sometimes sit down, and this is not a good situation here. So you have to feel when that's going to happen, and you may have to drag them forward at that point, or try to get around and rotate them over. Okay, but that's kind of a feeling thing that you just have